So we are live now. Thank you.
Surendra ji is sharing with.
Yes, Bakshi sir, floor is yours.
Yeah, great good evening in Asia Pacific, India, Malaysia, Thailand, Singapore. Great good morning in USA, Canada, and good afternoon in England, Africa, Europe, and late night in Australia. There are people watching us in Australia, surely. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this Ek Saath, India Will Rise Again Thanksgiving evening program on behalf of Global Kashmiri Pandit Diaspora, GKPD, a civil society movement which is fighting for the genocide of Kashmiri Pandits. It's indeed my pleasure to have among us today people who contributed to this grand success of Ek Saath. It's a brand now. Ek Saath, India Will Rise Again, event of 5th June 2021, wherein galaxy of Bollywood stars participated with their commitment to be the givers of the society at large. I would like to welcome Pallavi Joshi ji, a strong pillar for the Ek Saath, India Will Rise Again event. This evening program, along with her, I am delighted to welcome Vivek Agnihotri ji, who has been again a great supporter for this event. I would also like to welcome Seva International USA Director Relief Operations, Mr. Achlesh Amar Sahab, to be part of this evening. Seva has been consistently working with Seva Bhav, and specifically during COVID days, they accelerated their Seva, and for the 5th June Ek Saath, India Will Rise Again, they were our partners. And in fact, I am also here to welcome, of course, the chief architect of Global Kashmiri Pandit Diaspora, which is GKPD, a chief volunteer, I call it, a silent back screen person called Dr. Surinder Kaul, as well as our Indian, national coordinator, well-known Utpal Kaul Sahab, along with two, Palviji, you are surrounded by two women power of Global Kashmiri Pandit Diaspora. And one is Nirja Singh in one corner of the world in New Jersey, and Shefalika in, in England. So here is the power of women. And just see, they are receiving Malini ji, the super duper woman power. Let's wait till Malini ji joins. Malini ji, can we see you? And that is the power of this Global Kashmiri Pandit Diaspora, wherein Ek Saath, Malini ji, welcome, super duper women power. You are muted, Malini ji.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Bakshi ji, for inviting me over. We meet again. Thank you.
Absolutely. You are the power of the world. You bring in so much of vibrations. I am really here to welcome you to this evening Thanksgiving event of Global Kashmiri Pandit Diaspora. I am delighted to even welcome all the attendees of this special evening. Without these attendees, without people, nothing works. As a human resource professional, people are my passion, and I like to salute all the attendees of 5th June Ek Saath, huge number of people around the world. Madness, it was a maddening show. And today also there are a huge number of people attending this evening show. First of all, let me take this opportunity to thank Global Kashmiri Pandit Diaspora, wherein, they got partnered with two major organizations, I Am Buddha, as well as Anupam Kher Foundation. And they got supported by Seva International USA, Kashyap Seva Foundation, and US-India Pragati Foundation. We did have huge galaxy of stars with us. Anupam Kher Saab from Malini Avasthi ji, Sonu Nigam Saab, Suresh Wadkar ji, Anup Jalota ji, Sonu Nigam, Prasoon Joshi ji, Diler Bandi ji, Jatin Pandit Saab, Babul Supriyo, Kailash Kher Saab, Shan ji, Salim Suleiman, Shilpa Rao ji, Neeraj Pandit ji, Alka Yagni ji, Hariharan ji, Shreya Kohl, and unlimited. Such a huge galaxy of stars together in the giving mode of Ek Saath, probably will be first time in lifetime what we had seen. My salutes on behalf of Global Kashmiri Pandits Diaspora and hand-folded pranams to each one of these great stars. There are no words to express gratitude for such an immense contribution. And I would certainly like, on behalf of Global Kashmiri Pandit Diaspora, to take this opportunity to thank one and only Anupam Kher Saab. We are missing you this evening, sir. I wish you would have been here, but you had some important commitment. For your contribution, for your commitment, Anupam Kher Saab has been one of our greatest supporters. And India Can Rise Again, Ek Saath was again his personal commitment. Anupam Kher Saab really led it from the front with his utter passion, commitment, and zeal. Kher Saab, who is the pride of our community, jewel of Kashmiri Pandits. Anupam means jis kisi ki barabari koi aur na kar sakta hai. That is the meaning of Hindi. And Angrezi mein agar hum Anupam ki baat kare, to Anupam is incomparable, matchless, unexampled, unique, unmatchable, unparalleled. Kher Saab, we are missing you here. This is the personality of Anupam Kher Saab. Thanks again, sir, with folded hands for driving Ek Saath, India will rise again. On behalf of Global Kashmiri Pandit Diaspora, I would like to salute I Am Buddha, a revolutionary concept of building youth of the country, and I call it Youngistan, these faces around the world. I Am Buddha really worked very hard to ensure Ek Saath, India will rise again, turning the thought into things, turning thoughts into things. Some thoughts, it was just converted with a very special evening. Hats off to Pallavi ji for conceptualizing such a brilliant idea and bringing the mega concert to live performance with galaxy stars. When you do research of Pallavi, you will get to know what is Pallavi. Pallavi is in heart number 11. You have a wisdom beyond your years. Even as a child, your understanding of life was considerable. Even if sometimes it likely went unrecognized, unnoticed by others, you are born peacemaker. You are driven by desire to settle conflicts and create harmony. You are a healer and a visionary. You are long to make world a better place, cannot rest until you are dedicated, devoted to that mission and cause of life. And of course, Vivekji, the man behind it. And Malini, we lost Malini somewhere. And Malini. So what I am going to be doing this evening is quickly, in order to keep the time in this place, I'm going to be requesting each one of you to share thoughts on this Ek Saath, and then we can move forward. So here, I would like to invite, first of all, Pallavi Joshi ji, tell us and share with the world that how did you really made this possible, an idea, and how did you create that kind of an passion and made it possible. Over to Palviji.
Namaskar to everyone who's watching this. And Bakshiji, what a amazing beginning. मुझे ये पहले पता होता आपके बारे में तो I would have asked you to host the show. You were incredible. The idea started with just a phone call. And I got a phone call from our dear friend Surinderji, and he just mentioned that he wants to, do a concert. GKPD, they want to do a concert, and they want to do something for the people of India. And that in itself was such a big thought, because I've, of course, because of the film that we are making, the Kashmir Files, and because of our association with the entire Kashmiri Pandit community, I know I've seen from very close quarters how dedicatedly people like Nija ji and Shafalika ji, Surinder ji and Rakesh Kaul ji and everyone, Swapna ji, they've been working for the cause of the Kashmiri Pandit community. But here, the people who have been displaced from their own roots for the past 30 years, when the country as a whole has not been able to do anything for them, for the community to do something for those people in return was such a big thought in itself that, both Vivek and I, we said that, if this is coming from GKPD, we're sitting in India and we have to take this thought forward. We have to, do as much as we can. And it's not really what we did, but what the people involved in the program did was, they showed such a big heart. They were just a phone call away for me. I picked up the phone, I called Shan. I picked up the phone, I called Malini ji. And I just told them the concept. And, all these names they're such big names, and their price runs into 5 figures for a show, or for even a tiniest of appearance. And all of them, they just decided to contribute their talent free of cost for this show. Nobody charged us anything. And everybody, I think understood the spirit of this program. And ek ek karte karwa banta chala gaya. And then, of course, Anupam ji joined in, and the cherry on the cake was, of course, having the blessings of Asha Bhosle ji and Lata Mangeshkar ji. And we couldn't have asked for a bigger show than that. So I would like to say thanks to everyone at GKPD for not just thinking of this concept, but for doing all the footwork, for getting the donors in place, having people donate the sums to India, and of course with other organizations who have joined in, like the Seva International, US India Pragati Foundation, and Kashyap Seva Foundation. Everyone did, their job, and everyone is doing such a great job in trying to rehabilitate the people affected with COVID. And we at I Am Buddha are also trying to help out in whatever small way we can. And I'm so glad that we got to be a part of this Ek Saath India Will Rise Again concert. And then, of course, whatever small way we can. And I'm so glad. There was just one small comment which I read when the show was being aired. Someone said that why call it India Will Rise Again, because India has always risen time and time again. So India Rises Again should be the correct title. And we have taken notice of that. So I would like to call it India Rises Again. That's all. Thank you very much.
Wow, you are a super duper woman of an unbelievable, unknown, unheard commitment to create that kind of an event. And you did it so simply, as if it was so easy. Hats off to you, ma'am. You made it so easy. The way you said, as if it was nothing, very easy to do it. But I know.
Actually, if I may interrupt you, it became easy thanks to all these 35 stars that we've had with us.
I think I must give a standing ovation to all those stars who really made it easy to come and join this great event for a great noble cause, as a giver, as a giver, as a giver. It's really fascinating. And I must commit. And I must admit, Palviji, the way you, moderated the beauty of the show, it was such a beautiful one. We were all gaga. 3 hours, we could not see anything. I put on the big television screen and I was gaga. And I used to send links. I'm still sending links to people because people are still asking about the show. That's a fact of life. And now let me go to Seva International Director, Mr. Ashlesh Amar Saab. Ashlesh Amar Saab, Seva is one of an organization which we all feel very proud of. The amount of work, the commitment, the Seva Bhav, the thinking of giving forward. We would like to know from you about this, Mr. Amar.
Namaste, Bakshiji, and namaste to all the distinguished folks on the panel. It is indeed my honor to be here, talking about our efforts, and I see, very big names which we, grew up with, Vivekji, Pallaviji, all the superstars who participated, Maliniji. So at Seva, we believe in Nar Seva, Narayan Seva, and our tagline is "Together we serve better." And I could see the exemplification of that tagline right here in this show, as Pallaviji rightly pointed out. When folks get together, when people get together, wonderful things happen. And she is making it sound so easy that she just picked the phone call up, and folks decided that okay, they will join. But believe me, I've been in the field of disaster response 1984, so a good 37 years. So all these things are possible because of your relationship, because of the kind of time and efforts you have invested in these relationships with different people over last so many years. That's what makes it possible. Doing this good for greater good, expanding this circle of good is what we believe in. And in terms of the work on the ground for the second wave in India, we went with the T model, which is we thought about the breadth of efforts as well as the depth of efforts. Because in order to make a meaningful impact, we should be able to address both the breadth and the depth. Of course, initially we started off by sending some oxygen concentrators to India, and so far we have sent over 10,000 oxygen concentrators, and then we gradually anything related to oxygen, be it CPAP machines, BiPAP machines, and Dr. Sundar Kaulji is here, so he would know how effective these different machines are for treatment, and co-ventilator, ventilator, oxygen cylinders procured locally. So anything related to oxygen, we started with. But as we were serving, we also realized that we have to do a lot more than just the oxygen part. So we are focusing on providing even the basic medicines to underserved areas. We have been focusing on supplying some ration and grocery to folks who do not have the means at the moment because of the prevailing economic situation for the long term, right? So when a disaster happens, you think about the immediate relief, which is the first few days or till the time this disaster officially lasts. And then you have to think about long-term measures, the recovery and the rehabilitation. So we are investing a lot in long-term rehabilitation recovery as well. In fact, we are setting up over 100 oxygen plants, oxygen generation plants in various hospitals all over India. And our focus is rural and tribal areas, also the tier 2 and tier 3 cities. So big cities, big metros, they attract a lot of attention. Of course, they are going to they will have the people with the right connections to make it happen. But our focus would be on tier 2 and tier 3 cities. And as a matter of fact, I was talking to Surendraji. There is a hospital in Jammu which is coming up with our staff. And we are in conversation with them, and hopefully we may be able to set up one of the smaller plants there. And the way these oxygen generation plants work, it's a beautiful concept. And allow me to just expand on that for 30 seconds. So typically, with a smaller plant, which can cater to a hospital of almost up to 100 beds, out of which 20 are ICU beds. So if you assume that on uh, on a bed, a patient who needs oxygen or ventilator stays there for a week. So in a year, on one bed, you can save 50 lives. So with a smaller plant, just in 1 year, you can save 50 times 20, 1,000 lives. Okay? On the bigger plant, you can save double that, and you multiply that with the plant life, which is 20 years. So if a plant is maintained well, it's going to run for 20 years. So we are talking about an impact of saving anything between 3 million to 4.5 million lives over a period of 20 years by setting up these captive oxygen plants in various places. Also, we are trying to augment the rural infrastructure, rural health infrastructure in India as we speak. We have raised close to 27, 28 million dollars so far. We have already spent a good $20 million. Our target is $40 million. And my humble request to anyone who is watching this is, please step forward, join us. We are doing work at breakneck speed. We have close to 1,000 volunteers on ground in India. And I'm talking about volunteers. I'm not talking about paid staff. I'm talking about 1,000 volunteers which are working on the ground, rendering relief, helping with vaccination efforts. As a doctor, Dr. Sundar would know that one way of containing this is also spreading the vaccination efforts. So we are investing our time and energy in taking the vaccination to smaller places as well. So these are some of the efforts which we are doing. And, I thank you for the team of EXA. India rises again for putting together this wonderful show, bringing so many people together. And I urge you all of you to support, help India in this time of need. It doesn't matter whether you are associated with Seva International, Kashyap Seva, with Anupam Kher Foundation, with I Am Buddha. Doesn't matter. The most important thing is giving back to Bharat Mata in this time of need, because way back someone has said, "Janmi Janmi Bhumischa Sarvadapi Garisi." तो जननी और जन्मभूमि की महिमा स्वर्ग से भी बड़ी है. तो कृपया करके उनका इस समय में साथ दीजिए. धन्यवाद. नमस्कार.
Very powerful thoughts. Imagining that someone sitting in the US is talking about Bharat Varsh, Bharat, Hamara Bharat. It's powerful. It becomes very powerful for all of us around the world watching Seva's real Seva. Thank you very much for your contribution. Now, I would like to go to, I am a regular follower of yours, Vivek Agnihotri, on your Twitter, because you keep on igniting that passion and deliberating and challenging issues. And, as you are a builder of Youngistan, so am I. I keep building this Youngistan of the world, which is a very powerful places, which is going to be around the world in 20-25 countries, more and more, young India. So with your passion, with your commitment, with your drive, with your thinking, with your zeal, with your energy, with your enthusiasm, which you are driving all the time, what do you think about? How did you work on this Ek Saath? India rises again, Palviji, India rises again. Not India will rise again. India rises again and again. So what are your thoughts? How did you do it? How did you manage and supporting the entire team? And I Am Buddha. Proud to be I Am Buddha. Take me into I Am Buddha. Because, Thailand we missed each other during that Kashmir files, and you were supposed to be visiting Bangkok, also could not. And Buddha is something and I am Buddha. I feel very proud to be associated with me in I am Buddha. I will contribute. Vivek, your thoughts?
Thank you for such a overwhelming introduction. I don't think I deserve any of this. First of all, I would like to thank the entire GKPD community for two reasons. Number one, it's generally assumed that in crisis like this, people who are in the business of philanthropy, they come forward and they do things to help society. And also people who are in this kind of a social life, generally those communities come and help, or people help in a lot of individual ways. Very rarely, I have not seen any example in long time where persecuted or victimized community comes together to help the victims. And I had written 2 lines somewhere, and which I keep repeating. In fact, I tweeted just 2 days ago. You can either weep like a violin, or you can cry like a wolf. And people who weep like violin generally spread a lot of harmony and a lot of music and a lot of solace in the lives of troubled people. So when GKPD, Surinder ji, Dr. Shafalika, Nirja ji, all these people, Rakesh Kaul ji, a lot of people are not here, but Vanchu Sahab, whole lot of people, we got together when he said, first of all, we have made it our dharma that if there is any call from GKPD or any Kashmiri community in any part of the world, in that dictionary, we don't have a word called no. And in whichever way it can be done, we'll make it happen. And it was a very short notice, and Pallavi took over, and we put this show together with everybody's blessings and cooperation and collaboration. Everybody has played a very important part in this. But the people who actually played a very huge part in this, my friend Achlesh ji is here, and he spent all his life in this Seva business. So he would understand what I'm saying. My heart really goes for all those people who have contributed 11 rupees, 51 rupees, 101 rupees. Because people who live in India would understand that it was very difficult for the middle class to handle this twice. First lockdown, then the second lockdown. And there was a lot of fatigue. In a way, everybody in the first one, people did a lot of things. People have gone and even helped dogs and the stray cats and plants and trees. I have seen very old women, I go for a walk. I've seen them coming, and because the municipality is not being able to water lots of plants, which are on the center of the road, they have been doing that. People have done great jobs. People have put water and food for birds, So people have really gone out of their way because it's part of our culture. In our society, philanthropy word, people don't know. In fact, even today you asked me to write it down. I may make some spelling mistake because we are not used to using this word, हमारे यहाँ हमेशा बोला जाता है कि सेवा की भाषा मौन होती है, और वही भारत का जो स्ट्रेंथ है, बहुत क्वाइटली लोगों ने साइलेंटली इतनी सेवा की है जिसका वर्णन नहीं किया जा सकता. It cannot be described. So this great gesture which came from Kashmiri Pandit community, the diaspora and the people in India and everybody put together, the enthusiasm they have showed, the contributions they have made, and with the great spirit they took it forward, it gives a lot of hope. It gives a lot of hope that whenever there is a crisis like this, we stand together, we come together, and we not just collaborate, but we cooperate. Because in cooperation, there is only give, not taking. In collaboration, it's always give and take. And that's why I use this word cooperation. And so this was a great effort of cooperation. And I would like to thank again, once again, from the bottom of my heart to all the people who did this. And this is not ended. It's not ended because the spirit, the light has been ignited. ये जो ज्योति हमने जलाई है और ये हम सबका धर्म है कि हम उसको जला के रखें अपने अपने लेवल पे. Help, seva is not done just by money and material. It is also done by healing people. As you can see, there is a lot of mental issues coming up. The society, there is a psychological issues which are cropping up every day. People need healing. And this is why you were talking about Twitter. You have seen that since this crisis has started, I just do on consciousness, creativity, and spirituality. I want, with every word, you never know which word can hurt people. You never know what action of yours can disturb people. So it is very critical that all of us, ये जो हमने ज्योति है इसको आगे लेके जाएं. यहाँ दो doctors and they will understand what I'm saying. Let's heal. And what can be a better way for people who need healing, go out and heal, because damaged people understand the pain best in the world. So with this, my wishes, and I'm always there for any cause. Dhanyavad. Jai Hind.
Vivek ji, you are really complete, full of vibrance, and Palvi ji aapko power de rahi hai. So it's a vibrance and power coming together. Kahan se aa raha vibrance and power, and this is what you are, your person. And I want to tell you, both of you should know about it. And I want to share with you this evening. People are watching us around the world, and people in Jammu are watching us. And I want to especially tell you, when you visited Jammu last time, along with Dr. Surinder Kaul and Utpal Kaulji, do you know what you did? You won the hearts of people there. They just love you. You are part of Kashmiri Pandit community now. You are a part of the family. You are totally part of us. You will always find people question us sometimes. Kashmiri Pandits, migrant community and genocide, kahan se kar sakte hain? Itna paisa jama kar sakte hain Kashmiri Pandit. Even non-KPs are talking about. And that is the power of Kashmiri Pandits. And you have won the hearts of Kashmiri Pandits by continuously raising issues. And your recent visit to Jammu was, you have yourself seen how family welcomed you with open arms, the global, our local Kashmiri Pandits in Jammu. So you are that power. So both of you, I must thank you on behalf of GKPD for being part of global Kashmiri Pandit diaspora, and looking forward, this is just the beginning. Now, before I go to the chief architect, let me quickly take you, ladies and gentlemen around the world, whoever is watching, this Ek Saath, India rises again. The people who worked behind it, of course, Dr. Surinder Kaul spearheaded it, along with Nirja ji, Utpal ji, Shepalika ji, Vanchu Saab, Virender Kaul Saab from Mauritius, Ash Rana from Brisbane, Ajay Chaudhary from Germany, Ashish Kaul ji, Rajesh Rana ji, our journalist, Parikshit Kaul, मैं उसको हमेशा Parikshit Sahani बोलता हूँ. Parikshit Kaul, our media guy from Noida, Siddharth Zarabi Saab, Veer Khar Saab, again midnight, Veer Khar Saab from New Zealand, Kashi Akunji from Faridabad, passionate people, Sanjay Kachru Saab, Rakesh Kaul Saab from US, Manoj Ban Saab, Virender Razdan Saab, Pooja Gunjuji, again a passionate KO, president of Canada, very well known, Vidya Bhushan Dar Saab from Toronto, Kavita Darji, and above all, Ishan Ghashi, JP Youngistan, Bacha, he's a kid, and many more. But these names, I am taking it because they were part of the core team of who led this initiative of Ek Saath. Now, I would like to go to the man, and I call him great gentleman. He's a great gentleman called Surinder Kaul. एक वॉलंटियर का भी एक रूपरेखा होती है. इस वॉलंटियर की रूपरेखा कुछ नहीं है, इसका He is 24/7. Still in Houston, he is morning, evening, day, night. पता ही नहीं कब सोते हैं क्या करते हैं. How he, and he doesn't want to be on photo. He doesn't want to be on webinar. He doesn't want to be on a poster. He doesn't want to be everywhere. He is behind. But his commitment, his drive, his passion. और मेरे को बड़ा तकदीर हुआ कि मैं इनसे मिला इंडिया में जब आए थे. And I would like him to share his thoughts, how this idea came, because thoughts become things. That's the law of attraction of the secret movie, which we have, the secret book, what we have. And I teach law of attraction in the world, and I call it thoughts become things. Thoughts become things with action, 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 and
Okay,
action.
okay, Bakshi sir, let me take over now. Namaskar to everyone. Vivek ji, Pallavi ji, my esteemed friend Achalesh Amar ji, and our leaders Utpal Kaul ji, our inspiration Nirja ji, Shafalika ji, and our person, my great dear friend Upendra Bhatt ji. We will shortly know about the art of healing. So, all of you, namaskar. Basically, let me come to the point that once this whole COVID pandemic was going on, India did fairly well in the first wave. But second wave, the speed in which it was crippling communities and citizens, it was very devastating. And especially हम लोग जब हम लोगों के साथ जो कुछ भी हुआ अपना घर छोड़ना पड़ा वो फिर से यादें हमारे मन में आने लगी कि क्या हो रहा है people are being snatched people are losing their home people are losing their health these people are losing their job this we could not reconcile ये एक दर्द सा था कि हमको कुछ करना चाहिए और इसके अलावा अपने छोटे से समाज में ही हमारा छोटा सा समाज जो था उसमें 500 कैजुअलिटीज हो गई जस्ट इन फ्यू डेज and not only our community this was all over the community india in especially in all those cities it was really creating that big frustration and helplessness so being a physician also we were anticipating that things are not going good so that thought was there and I saw an obituary of the family the whole family got wiped out the father, mother, son, daughter-in-law, the whole family. It was so frustrating that I reached out to Pallavi ji, Vivek ji. I said, ऐसा कुछ हो रहा है इंडिया में. I think you are from the fraternity, and God has gifted you that a human touch, a human, very soft behavior. So can we do something of this sort? That intent has to be there. एक intent था to help in this situation where there is a humanitarian crisis. And with that, it clicked. And she said, of course, why not? And then the speed, the lightning speed in which Pallavi ji took this initiative. And within days, she had reached to the galaxy of people. And then Anupam Kherji also did a phenomenal job and getting all big stars and giving that strength to this whole Ek Saath India rises again. So I will just correct again. And this was phenomenal. And it had a divine blessing. मुझे लगता है कि just when your intent is good, sub doors are open for you. The intent is good, all the doors will open. And that is exactly what happened. इतने छोटे से समय, थोड़े से समय, to bring in. I must tell you, didn't get more than 10 days. Initial, our thing was to do it on 29th of June or 29th of May. उस समय हमको preparation के, I know I am Buddha got 5 days of preparation, but they put in the theme. But then many people got added. Then we said that, okay, now a lot of things we need to do outreach and we just postponed it by 1 week. So that is how we came into June the 5th. But we wanted to, the intent was big, the whole show was big, but we were aware that there is a lot of donor fatigue going on internationally, because there has been lots of programs, a lot of fundraising efforts for genuine reasons going on. But nevertheless, uh, next day of our concert, actually, I got to know was Arijit Singh's concert, which was in collaboration with Facebook India and Give India. So I know that with this whole mega star performance, we expected that a lot of outreach will be there, which was there. People watched it through different social media platforms. There were some TV channels which aired it live, especially in Europe. And we are really thankful to all the uh, star artists who were part of this whole Ek Saath event. We are very much thankful to I Am Buddha, who took the lead in planning, executing, and delivering. And of course, Anupam Kher ji, the legend, and his Anupam Kher Foundation, the way they coordinated all these efforts, especially with these events, there are a lot of things like record label companies getting permissions from every side, and that went through very well. And we had Kashyap Seva Foundation, US India Pragati Foundation. We had disclosed that who the beneficiaries are going to be, which were very eloquently raised by Pallavi ji. And based on that, we had stated that we will be contributing whatever little we could do towards the efforts through major not-for-profit organizations who are in the path of helping people in India and other places. So collaborate with them. So the good news is that, we were able to raise around 1.1 crore Indian rupees through this effort, which was very brief, very short. And our expectations always will be high, but we have to be very realistic that there has been so many uh, uh, donation drives for right calls. But as an example, the next day we had a Arijit Singh show that I was talking about in collaboration with Facebook and with Give India. They were able to raise 1.5 crore Indian rupees. And with us, with so much of limited scope or so much of limited time, I think 1.1 crore Indian rupees is really very, very successful thing. Now, as per the decisions of the core committee, the portions of the proceeds will be going to Seva International, who are doing a phenomenal job. Seva has been doing 24 million, so this will be peanuts, but it is an intent that we want to help people through their foundation in this hour of need. Similarly, portion will be going to Anupam Kher Foundation, who have been doing a phenomenal job in providing concentrators and helping all those who are in need of help. And similarly, I Am Buddha Foundation, who are working with the artist fraternity, who have taken a hit. So, and besides, at a community level, Kashyap Seva Foundation and US India Pragati Foundation have come together. They have devised certain policies and procedures, and they will be shortly sending out information on all platforms, seeking help to the applicants. And the emphasis will be on long-term educational needs, especially those kids who have been orphaned, widows, that will be securing their foundation through these initiatives. So in now next few days, a lot of things will be rolled out, and this will be an endeavor to do continuously do certain things, fundraising for humanitarian needs. On that note, we are very much thankful to all the donors who have donated, uh, opened their wallets, opened their heart, and for this humanitarian needs. I know we have in our panel one of the largest donor, Upendra Bakji, who is a dear friend with a heart of gold. And I know he will be in an awkward position because he had told me, please do not name me, I don't like this. But I have to say that he generously donated. He is perhaps the largest donor who donated 10 lakh Indian rupees for this cause. And we immensely thank you for this gesture on your part for helping and bringing smile to those who need it. So thanks to all the audience, thanks to media personnel, especially, this news came in all regional channels of India, whether it is Karnataka, whether it's Telugu, whether it's Bengali, Punjabi, you name it. And I must thank our media tycoon, Rajesh Banerjee, who was really instrumental in spreading this word. Uh, Besides this, we had so many dedicated volunteers who have work and are inspiration to all of us, all those you named, and all those who you missed also the name, because I'm sure there was a huge team working behind all those volunteer team. I know Kavita there, I think you missed her name. She was very instrumental reaching.
I spoke
Yeah,
about
she also. Oh, you did? Okay, no, that's fine.
Yeah.
So there are, besides so many people who got uh, attached with this whole initiative, and we are very thankful to all of you, and we will ever remain thankful for this kindness that will bring smile to many people who need it. But from our side, I can assure you that every penny will be accounted and every penny will reach where it is needed the most. And please be assured, and we will be sharing what we are doing, maintaining the confidentiality of the nature, but we will be sharing the details, what we are doing, how many kids we are adopting, what educational needs we are trying to cater. All this will come in public. On this note, Bakshi Saab, thank you so much, and back to you.
Thank you, Surendarji. That's simply elegant, simply elegant. As I said, this man is a gentleman and simple. And I tell you, he's such a positive vibrations. And personally, when I met him,
Bakshi Saab, sorry, I'm interjecting. It's a big
it
punishment for me.
was
Don't make my
fascinating.
situation
With
bad,
that,
please.
before I go to our 1 million donor, I would like to go to someone whom I know when I was a child. The man was in action that time along with, Amarnath Vaishnaviji.
Bakshi Saab, can I take 1 minute? I missed something very important. We have to be very truthful. Actually, Pallaviji, this idea of doing a concert came from Sapna Rana. She's a dear friend. She was thinking in those lines, but somehow they had to postpone it. But then basically, given that situation, we had to take it over. She wanted to do it, but somehow they couldn't do it. But she helped in all way. So I just wanted to make some things in the right perspective. Thank you. Back to you.
Sapna Rana ji, let's do a big round of applause for her, because idea generation is always very important. And I want to now bring in here for quick thought the man Utpal Kol Saab, who has tirelessly worked for the last 4.5 decades. But when I was a child, I would see him active along with Tikalal Tablu Saab, our great leader, Amarnath Vaishnavi Saab. The man has been again a giver, all the time giver. And Utpal Kol Saab, आपका तो परिचय क्या करें? You are the biggest volunteer again of our community. Yes, sir. Quick thoughts on this Ek Saath and how do you feel? How did you drive?
Namaskar. Malini Awasthi ji, Achlesh Amar ji, Pallavi ji, Vivek ji, सुरेंद्र जी, निर्जा जी, उपेंद्र भट्ट जी, शफालिका जी और हमारे बख्शी साहब। एज मेरे मित्रों ने मेरा नाम रखा है कोऑर्डिनेटर। मुझे सुरेंद्र जी ने बोला आप हो गए कोऑर्डिनेटर, इंडिया कोऑर्डिनेटर। तो उसके हैसियत से मैं उन सब ऑर्गेनाइजेशनों का, सारे फाउंडेशनों का, सबका धन्यवाद करता हूं। मैं धन्यवाद करता हूं आई एम बुद्धा फाउंडेशन का, मैं धन्यवाद करता हूं अनुपम खेर फाउंडेशन का, मैं धन्यवाद करता हूं सेवा इंटरनेशनल का, मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ यूएस प्रगति फाउंडेशन का और उसके साथ साथ कश्यप सेवा फाउंडेशन का धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ। मैं धन्यवाद करना चाहता हूँ उन सभी डोनरों का जिन्होंने 10 रुपए से लेके 10 लाख रुपए तक दिए। ये हमारे लिए बहुत, हम उन सब के आभारी हैं। I am personally thankful to all of them. I am thankful on behalf of Global Kashmiri Pandit Diaspora to all those who organized, who supported, who helped, whether singers, musicians, participants, press people. We are all thankful to all these people. But let me tell you that when we became refugees in our own country in 1990, I was thick of things at that time, and I wrote first letter for relief for the government, one letter, and another was to people of India. भारतवासियों को एक पत्र लिखा, जिस पत्र को हमने हजारों जगह भेजा कि हम सड़कों पर हैं, हम जम्मू की सड़कों पर हैं, आप आइए और हमारे लिए कुछ कर दीजिए। और मैं धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूं सेवा भारती का। मैं 50 साल का स्वयंसेवक हूं, संघ से जुड़ा हुआ हूं 50 साल से, इसलिए मुझे पता है सेवा इंटरनेशनल, सेवा भारती ने कैसे काम करते हैं। और उस समय भारत के लोग और भारत की जनता ने हमारे साथ नहीं दिया होता तो हम वैनिश ही हो जाते। और उसके साथ साथ हमने भी खुद दृढ़ता के साथ मुकाबला किया, और जिस हिसाब से हमने सर्वाइवल के लिए फाइट किया 1990 से, और आज हम उस चीज पर आ गए हैं कि हम केवल अपने समाज के लिए नहीं, we have not survived only, but we are not only fighting for our community, we are fighting for Kashmir, we are fighting for whole nation. भारत माता की जय, हम भारत के लिए लड़ रहे हैं। और भारत, कोई किसी भी देश में, कहीं पर भी संसार भर में अगर भारत के खिलाफ कोई आवाज उठाएगा, हम उसकी आवाज बंद करेंगे। हम उसके लिए काम कर रहे हैं। मैं और सुरेंद्र जी अपने मित्रों के साथ, अपने जीकेपीडी के कार्यकर्ताओं के साथ, हमारा मई में 20 देशों में अवेयरनेस और प्रोटेस्ट का कार्यक्रम था। हम सीरियसली ये सोच रहे थे कि हम मई में कैसे अवेयरनेस का कार्यक्रम करेंगे। मैंने सुरेंद्र जी को इन्फॉर्म किया कि केसेस बढ़ रहे हैं यहाँ पर, शायद हमको ये टाइम महीना 2 महीना देर लगानी पड़ेगी, केसेस बढ़ रहे हैं। तो सुरेंद्र जी ने एकदम से एक्टिवली मुझे फोन करके वापस बताया कि मैं अग्निहोत्री जी से, विवेक जी से बात करूंगा, हम एक बहुत बड़ा कार्यक्रम करेंगे, एक फंड रेजिंग का कार्यक्रम करेंगे, जिसमें हम सारे जितने भी बॉलीवुड के टॉप आर्टिस्टों को हम इनवाइट करेंगे और उनकी पार्टिसिपेशन होगी। और ये बहुत ही, आज हम विवेक जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं, अनुपम जी भी इसके साथ मिल गए, उनका बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं। पल्लवी जी ने बहुत ही अच्छा कार्यक्रम किया उस समय से, इट वाज वेरी इंप्रेसिव मॉडरेटिंग। और मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि आज कश्मीरी हिंदू समाज इस तरह खड़ा है कि हम पूरे भारतवर्ष में एक सेवा का भाव से काम करेंगे, और लीडरशिप हम खाली कम्युनिटी के लिए नहीं करेंगे, हर एक के लिए काम करेंगे, हम एक लीडरशिप दे देंगे। मैं एक छोटी सी 2 मिनट की कहानी है कि टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया के चीफ एडिटर थे गिरिलाल जी जैन। हमारा ह्यूमन राइट्स पर एक कार्यक्रम था, हमने दिल्ली में उनको बुला लिया और उन्होंने उस पर कहा कि इट्स अ ग्रेट ट्रेजेडी फॉर Kashmiri Pandit community that they have to leave home and hurt in Kashmir and they are refugees in their own country. But I will die a peaceful man because in future they are the people who will take care of this country. आज हम इस देश के लिए पूरी कुर्बानी देने के लिए तैयार हैं, और इस समय की कुर्बानी है कि देश की सेवा करें। और यही हम जीकेपीडी का एक बहुत बड़ा एम है कि कश्मीर भारत है, भारत कश्मीर है। इसी को हम आगे बढ़ाएंगे और अपने समाज के लिए जिनकी जरूरत होगी हम आगे इस पर काम करेंगे। और जितना भी हमने पैसा इकट्ठा किया है, even 1 rupee will be accounted for and it will go to the genuine person. I guarantee you on behalf of global Kashmiri Pandit diaspora that this money will go definitely to the genuine persons, and we will not stop here. As Vivek ji ne kaha ki hum yahan nahi rukenge, hum और आगे बढ़ेंगे और अपने देशवासियों के लिए, अपनी भारत माता के लिए सेवा करेंगे. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद. नमस्कार.
बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद उत्पल जी. भारत माता की जय. वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम, वंदे मातरम. That is the power of the world. And in fact, आपकी भावना तो हमेशा वही रही है. Now I would like to go to someone. I mean, अभी सुरेंद्र जी ने बोला, उपेंद्र भट्ट साहब, इनसे मुलाकात बड़ी briefly हुई. I could find the passion of a giver. And जब हम इंडिया इंटरनेशनल सेंटर में मिले, और चुपचाप, a surprise. It was a surprise to us. चुपचाप एक दिन सुरेंद्र जी कह रहे हमारे पास तो 10 लाख, 1 million INR from one man. And that is where, उपेंद्र भट्ट साहब, बहुत सलाम करता हूँ आपको. आपकी इस चुपचाप भावना से कैसे किया, क्या किया, आपका क्या विचार है एक साथ के बारे में, and how did you do it? Please share your quick thoughts, sir. Shall we great?
Before Upendra ji will chip in, just 1 second, I will take 1 minute with due apologies. You know, when we were talking about fundraising, 1.1 crore we raised, मगर कोविड से 1 महीना पहले जब हमने एक साथ का अभियान स्टार्ट हुआ, उससे लगभग 1 महीना पहले जब कोविड का प्रकोप बढ़ रहा था, तो उस समय हम लोगों ने जीकेपीडी का एक इंटरनल फंड रेजिंग ड्राइव हुआ था. उसका जो उद्देश्य था that we want to raise concentrators, money for concentrators and send it to India. And within 24 hours, GKPD was able to raise $85,000 within 24 hours. And in Indian rupees, in addition to that, in Indian rupees, 25 lakh in just 3 days. So that was the beauty and credibility. And the way we procured the concentrators, send them all to India, to different places in India, that was heroic. And our people, volunteers were busy in the logistics, in clearing this whole thing in India, distributing all over India. And that was something phenomenal and an encouragement and an inspiration. But so that's why, that was in all together, leaving aside if we raised around $150,000 through Ek Saath campaign, but in prior 1 month, we were able to raise another $120,000 if we see Indian rupees. So total, we were able to raise around $270,000 in very short span of time. But I just wanted to make sure that Ek Saath Abhiyan, we have been able to raise $150,000, which is equivalent to 1.1 crore, so that it doesn't send any wrong signals or create some confusion. Back to you. And Upendra ji, I know he's a art of giving. Art of giving is the biggest art. We know that we want art of taking, but the inspiration, the art of giving, the satisfaction, and the peace and happiness that comes with that, we have a leading example, Upendra Bhatt ji. Floor is yours, Upendra ji.
Upendra ji, please go ahead.
Thank you. Namaskar, everyone. Frankly, I wasn't expecting to be introduced as a donor. This is the first time I share public stage many times, several times at many places in the same week. But I've never gone on a public stage as a donor ever in my life, to be candid. That's really been a principle of sorts. And so to that extent, Surendraji, we will have a side chart at some point. But thank you for the opportunity. And really the opportunity is to express gratitude to all of you, and in particular Pallaviji and Vivekji, because when I got to know about this, I think this was probably 4 or 5 days before this event went live. I was going through, like everyone else on this call and many other families, going through a crisis within the family. We have had several tragedies both within my house and then within the extended family. So I think the first call when Surendraji reached out to me was actually, completing a ceremony for a dear uncle. And so I just felt that this whole period has been so as close as we can touch each other's sorrows. I do not think anything else in our lifetime has come anywhere close. I used to volunteer quite, quite a bit of my time many years back. In fact, when the tsunami hit in India, that time I used to volunteer for GIVE. Since you mentioned GIVE India, I used to be on the board of GIVE at that point in US. And we raised $500,000 in 48 hours. It was all retail donations. So I think, as Vivekji rightly said when speaking, that the money and material follows. What is always needed is a cause. What is needed is people who kind of are willing to take up that cause, lead by example. And I think that is where I really respect and admire Surendraji for, not just in this case, but in many other situations, since I've known him for almost 13, 14 years now. And when it comes to giving, I think I have a guru in philanthropy, and maybe Achalesh, you may know him, a person by the name of Venkat Krishnan, who kind of set up GIVE. And is behind the Joy of Giving Week, what is now called the Dan Utsav, many other institutions. And he says it is not giving till it does not pain you. So it becomes giving only when you end up, sacrificing something that you have wanted for yourself, or rather needed for yourself. And I think that's the only cardinal principle I've applied. And that's the only reason I have always never shared about anything that we do by myself or as a family. And I do sincerely believe that any amount of help in a tragedy of this kind is little help. But there's another close friend who's run a very good initiative, One More Breath. They have put out 2,000 new hospital beds. They raised about $2-3 million in the course of 1 week, doing a phenomenal job. So there are several people, I think, on ground who have taken this very seriously. I think this is something where I don't think we have seen the end of it yet. And even when this kind of dies down, my sense is it will leave enough tragedies in its aftermath that any cause that needs to be supported will have a need that will go beyond 2021 or 2022. So in that sense, Utpalji, or when Sundarji, you were talking about the education fund, it's needs. The KOA runs a program that we have been lucky to contribute to in a humble way for many years. I think it would be really good if we can institutionalize this, because I think what is always missing in these efforts is duplication of efforts without institutionalization. So if we can do that, that would be great. That is how I would want to just share it, nothing more. Just gratitude that we had the opportunity to hear a galaxy of stars with a ringside view from all our homes. Pakshiji talked about a large screen. That's what we did. And I think it was really well crafted. I think we have lost Pallaviji and Vipulji. I think Vivekji, they've dropped out, but I think really wanted to please do convey my personal, gratitude for the effort that they did for and on behalf of our community. Anything which helps our community, I think Surendraji knows, is interact deeply with Vipulji once, is something that comes very naturally to most of us, but certainly to me. I was privileged to be born in a family which has contributed in different forms at different stages to the community. So just happy to chip in my small way. Namaskar.
Thank you very much, Bhatt Saab, and that's very nice of you, and we salute you for your commitment. And this is a very important and a very big amount, which makes a lot of difference. Now, I would like to quickly go. Now, we are now running with the time. In the next 5 minutes, 7 minutes, we should be closing this event. I would like to go to Dr. Shafalika. Now, this is another super woman, connecting, working. Gosh, what an incredible woman. How do you do it? Can you quickly share?
Thank you, Bakshiji. I won't take much time. Very humble to be in this august company, especially Achalesh Amarji, Seva International, doing great work. I just want to quickly touch upon Global Kashmiri Pandit Diaspora. I mean, the Ek Saath event has been very extraordinary, groundbreaking initiative. Extraordinary for us because we are a civil society movement based, only led by volunteers, not led, but driven by volunteers. So for us, it has been extraordinary in that sense. Now, there are two USPs of GKPD, as you know, Bakshisa. One is that that cause is always going to be important than the individuals. The second one is cooperation and collaboration, as Pallavi ji said, because it has given us wings. The collaboration and cooperation of people, like Seva International, I Am Buddha, Anupam Kher, it gives us wings. It lets us foray into territories which are uncharted for us. We are a group of volunteers, as you can say. We try and give it our best. But when we collaborate and cooperate with other people, we are given wings, and then we do things which are extraordinary, as has been this initiative. It has been wonderful to be a part of it. I mean, I consider myself just a spoke in the wheel. I just try and do my best, just as a volunteer, like we all do. But this is community is something I'm very passionate about, and Ek Saath has been really wonderful initiative. It will help us help a lot of people in India, our motherland, and all our efforts are dedicated towards that. So thank you all. I won't take much of the time. Everything that had to be said has been said. But I just want to convey my personal gratitude and thanks to all the collaborators. It has been a wonderful experience, and we're looking forward to many more. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shafalika. And I come to another super women power in New Jersey, Nirja Sadhu, 24/7, morning, evening, no geographies, no time zones, no differences, and put a message and within seconds reverting back. How do you manage doing it, Nirjaji? My God, incredibly strong. Nirjaji, please share your quick thoughts.
Well, Bakshi Saab, that's so very kind of you. But I think each one of us is doing what we feel from inside. There's nothing short of saying that what I give, I'm getting probably tenfold back. The contentment, the reward that the families that we are reaching out to or helping are going to be better in future. That's the biggest reward we can ever have. And that's a great feeling. And no amount of work, midnight, night, doesn't matter. Eventually, that will all be forgotten. What we'll remember is that we were able to help somebody. That's all. So coming to the event, actually, I do have to say a few points. I know everybody said their piece, but for me personally, apart from, of course, I am representing GKPD here. So this is one opportunity that I feel was not in my wish list at all. Obviously, because this was unreachable. There was no chance ever that I ever had in my life that I would think of having Bharat Ratna Lataji blessing us, or Padma Bhushan Asha Bhosle ji singing in a concert that we initiated, or her blessing the whole fundraiser event. That's something which is very surreal for me, even to this date, because to be very honest, I have not watched the program entirely. I am watching it in bits and pieces. I keep telling this to everybody, but probably nobody believes me. But I do keep watching small bits to savor and to soak into that philanthropy, that kindness and the generosity that all these artists have shown. Pallavi ji has shown, Vivek ji, Anupam Kher ji, who brought in Lata ji and Asha ji, our idols, my idols. I've been singing their songs forever. Even till date, those are my idols. Sonu Nigam ji, Suresh Wadkar ji. I mean, it's an unlimited galaxy of stars. Or to have these young artists as Shreya Kaul or Isha Kachru and Sugandha Datti. I mean, it's such a surreal feeling for me personally, and to have them on a platform where we were able to kind of bring everybody together and everybody supported. It's a great thing to have an idea, but to be supported in that idea and to bring it forward in such a beautiful way. Pallavi ji, the opening of the show, Kisko Naman Karu Bharat, that's the feeling we carry here. Sitting 7,000 miles away, कि ये हमारा भारत है, हम कैसे इसको वापस कुछ दे पाएं? We've been cribbing about genocide, we've been cribbing about हमारे साथ क्या हुआ, but this was a moment where we felt the pain that our communities around across India were dealing with, and that was the force behind it. And thanks to Surinder ji for leading it and bringing it to such a bunch of august people who could manage to get this whole thing together. To Anupam Kher ji, who read the poem by Radhinath Masarat ji, believe me, I don't think I can ever revisit that, because that's so touching and so deep that it just brings only tears and tears, but it's the reality of life. To I Am Buddha, obviously, for their production work. Amazing. And I must name Priyanka here, silently working in the backdrop and doing her bit, being accessible anytime and every time of the day. That's a wonderful team player that I Am Buddha has. Anupam Kher Foundation, of course, their his Anupam ji's contribution has been immense in this whole process, and we naman to him. And without the support of KSF, of course, our partners, we couldn't have done all this. Seva International US, I mean, amazing work that they are doing. And now that they are setting up this oxygen plant and with us, the hospital, Jammu, we cannot, I don't know how to say thank you. There is no thank you for that. It's deepest gratitude from the core of my heart that they'll be able to do something for us. So it's not, as Vivekji rightly said, it's not a collaboration, it's cooperation. So anybody and everybody that has been part of this journey, US Pragati India, partnered with us, and now they are going to work in tandem with Kashyap Seva Foundation. And Upender ji, who's here, his generous donation, and so many donors that were unknown to us. Now they have become part of Ek Saath. Imagine an unknown person donating to a cause that to a GKPD initiative. That's so much of humbling experience for me personally, because I feel that they have shown us some trust in us, some belief in us, and we have to do much more. We have to really, put more efforts into it to bring it to something where it gets to the people who are really deserving and who have been deeply affected by this COVID pandemic. And hopefully everybody kind of gets out of it soon and we are able to live a normal life, though it's not going to be normal. But we are here. Please reach out to us if there is anything we can do. This has been an amazing experience, Bakshi Saab. I don't know how to even say thank you. I think I get overwhelmed and I get emotional about it when something touches my core. I do wish to take this opportunity to express my deepest condolences to all those who have lost their loved ones, who lost their beloved ones, their family members. They continue to be in our prayers and thoughts, and hopefully and hoping that we'll be able to celebrate in better times and be happy rest of the year and be of some purpose to our fellow human beings. So dhanyavad and Jai Hind.
Nirjaji, so nice of you. In fact, because of people like you, the volunteering from all parts of the world, whether from Germany, from Australia, or from Singapore, from India, or England, or Canada, or USA, GKPD today is actually growing and glowing. Though we are in a bad situation, but amount of work what GKPD is doing, you are on a move to grow and glow. With that, I would like to close this evening. We are late by 5-7 minutes, and I would request Utpal Kol Saab to propose the vote of thanks for this evening. And we close this evening with the thought that India rises again and again. India rises again and again. Utpal Kaul Sahab, quick vote of thanks for this evening.
आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, और जितने भी दर्शक थे जो फेसबुक पर देख रहे थे उन सब का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, जो इस पैनल में थे उन सब का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। लेकिन मैं 1 मिनट अपनी मातृशक्ति का नाम लेना चाहता हूं, जो जिनका अभी हमने नाम लिया है। उन्होंने जम्मू से लेके दिल्ली एनसीआर में हर दिन 5,000 से 7,000 भोजन फूड पैकेट्स वो घरों में पहुंचाते थे। मैं पूजा वातल जी का नाम लेना चाहता हूं जम्मू से, श्वेता काचरू जी का नाम, मोनिका पंडित, भावना पंडित, निम्फिया सराफ, 18 घंटे काम करती थी निम्फिया सराफ, और वीना वांचू गुड़गांव से। तो इस नारी शक्ति ने हमको इतना मान दिया कि वी आर प्राउड ऑफ आवर मातृशक्ति, आवर नारी शक्ति। इसके साथ मैं आप सबको बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। थैंक यू वेरी मच। भारत माता की जय।
Bharat Mata ki Vande Mataram. Thank you very much.